I look, now that we're in the room with patient 0, is it?
You're just about to. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Valinia came out of the room first with this basin. But you can see inside the room itself, it's darkened. The windows are opened, even in the cold, to allow more of that fresh air to come on in. Several candles are lit. There are herbs all over the ceiling. And you see a figure kind of sitting up on this makeshift bed. Head is kind of down, hair completely hiding their face. And they are wearing, at this moment, like a torn t-shirt. And you can see immediately on their arms are large kind of either towels or parchment. It's kind of hard to tell the consistency, not quite bandages, that are covering both of their arms.
So some like kind of poultice.
Yes. Yeah. Which you can see the fingertips of their hands are blackened and brown and purpleized, rather.
So I would like to ask, can I roll you an Arcana now that we can see them?
Sure.
To see if what, like there's like a lot of stuff that they're dealing with. Can I see if this is the effect of some kind of magical curse of some kind?
Yes. Go ahead. And what does it look like as you're casting?
You just see, it's basically like a black light effect. You see, Rory's eyes shift from their normal, like kind of, well, not quite cobalt color at this point, because cobalt is Blackstone's color, into like purple, like a bright violet.
Sure.
That kind of highlights traces of the arcane in its field of view. Sure. So to him, it would just be wherever magic is present or whatever, it lights up like a glowy light thing would under blacklight.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me get my UV paints out real quick.
And why don't can you add your spirit roll on top of that? Because I love this idea so much.
You want a spirit roll?
I want it on top of.
No, add your spirit bonus.
Modifier.
So it's basically going to be a 2-in-1 is what you're doing.
Twofer.
Yeah, because I just love what you're doing, and I just think flavor-wise, I think this just makes more sense.
So for an Arcana plus my spirit modifier, that is a total of 26.
26. Your magic expands. And immediately starts lighting up in your, again, that UV light that starts lighting up all over. It's a mixture. It looks like a spell that was tried to take, and when it failed, the backfire was this curse. You see their spiritual energy, that is Aries, has been pretty depleted. And instead of it, everyone's got a focus point with their spirit. Usually it's their heart or their mind or something within them that they are very deeply connected with. For Aerie in this instance, it seems like their spirit is being siphoned off into their hands. And instead of it holding, right, like you in your battle or Deodora in battle, being able to use then that spiritual energy, focusing it into a point and then using it to heal or to harm, this spirals into their hands and is disappearing. It's almost like a small black hole. And
you said it's like a spell was cast on Aerie, or Aerie tried to cast a spell but it backfired? Like which
It looks like by chance both, with the way that you were asking this, Fair. Both. So perhaps, and I'll say because of that Arcana check as well, you do know that some more powerful spells, typically forbidden, sometimes need two conductors. I think in that moment, the flashback to Felk when Yue and Carmen both cast that net around Felk to keep it safe. That needed to be two people. So whether Aerie did this under duress or of their own free will, a joint spell was done on them. It failed. And this is the outcome of it. And you can see it looks like, I think the expression, the fingers of death, is one that you are familiar with, Blackstone, Rory, across your many years of life. This literally looks like the fingers of death. Because you can see it slowly eating away at the spiritual energy that is Aerie, but also everything else, because it extends from their fingers up their hand, up their arm, to at this point, it's just at their elbow is where this energy is being siphoned off. Yes, Fair.
2 questions. One, you said finger of death. You mean like the spell finger of death?
No, like more of an expression.
Or just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so like you gotta be clear because that's a spell.
That's good clarification. No.
And then, given that you just described their arms as like, you said it's like their hand is black and it's going up their arm. Mm-hmm. Is that like just like necrosis basically? Like their flesh is rotting away? Is that what, and that's the smell?
That's the smell. You also see, though, massive burn marks all over.
So,
like someone held their hands in, like essentially over a stove or over a fire and just waited to see what would happen. You also, real quick, Sen, before I let you answer this, it's hard to see, but Blackstone, you would see this. You do see those markings.
Which ones?
Thorns that are kind of wrapping around their arms. Almost like barbed wire.
And it's like burned into their arms?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing I've seen before?
Roll a history check.
Okay, history check. Oh, I'm good.
Didn't we see that in the inn?
You saw
that is
something
a
similar.
22.
22.
Okay.
Or you haven't quite seen this, at least in recent memory, Rory. Take it back to when you were in your actual body. You've come across this before. Didn't find out the cause. It was probably one of your thesis or hypothesis you were looking into at the time of your moving from your body to Blackstone. But there was a case that did pop up before Felk was cut off from the world. An individual popped up in Felk that had these similar markings. They did not survive, as the necrosis completely took over.
Okay.
And
so,
sorry, one more thing. I just remembered this.
Mm-hmm.
Added with that, with the 22, you've seen people pass and they move on. this necrosis wasn't just of the body, but of the soul itself, to the point that there was nothing left. Meaning this person cannot be reincarnated. This person cannot be revived. Snuffed out like they never existed.
So, during the time when we first saw that, was anybody able to figure out? Well, I have two questions here.
Sure.
One, was anybody able to figure out in that time how to deal with cases like this that either bought this person more time or reversed the effect completely?
Yes. And you would know this, actually, because you did it something very similar back in Felk for Eliza and several of those that have been impacted similarly, but not quite. You need the thread of the Bone Weaver, as well as your own spiritual connection, and other medicinal herbs, which are plentiful.
Don't we have some extra thread of the Bone Weaver?
You have a little bit left. Probably not enough to do this, what would be needed in order to reduce it.
Could the little that we have, though, at least help arrest some of the symptoms?
Could probably buy a little bit more time. Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that would be the first question. The second question would be, aside from things that we could do here, because this person is an ASMR, do we know if there would be... Because we know that ASMR are like basically half angelic creatures, I believe.
Yes.
I guess that's what the lore is, right?
The lore is that they're like tieflings, so they have celestial
Blood
lineage, but they're not necessarily half angel.
Yeah.
That's Baldur's Gate bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm never gonna
Nope.
not be petty about that.
Same,
By all
because I
means.
love ASMRs and I love tieflings, so yes, no,
Yeah.
fair, you're good.
So it's like they have celestial lineage, just like how tieflings have
Abyssal lineage
infernal
or infernal lineage.
infernal
yeah,
lineage.
and it's not
So-
always like
and it-
direct. It could be from like a deal
Yeah.
with like if someone made a deal with a devil,
Or it can be like-
something otherwise.
generations ago, your ancestor hooked up with like a celestial being.
Yeah,
But like those genes never presented themselves until like
till now,
now.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so wait, like what are they basically like white lighters from Charmed?
kind of,
yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
not too
Okay.
far off. Yeah,
And the reason why I was going to ask that is, would exposure to a celestial plane of some kind or the energies from there help with, I guess, restoring them, ultimately speaking?
sorry, can you reframe the question? I'm just having.
Do you want to pump them full of radiant?
Yeah,
energy
that's
to
what I'm. Are
see
you
if it
like wanting an
fixes
IV
them?
drip of radiant?
That or something perhaps more dramatic.
No. So with this, it seems like the Linnea just seems to have more of a knack for healing, kind of like how, you are predisposed to like mending and fixing things. They just have a talent for it versus it being like something that's innate to them. You could certainly try, if you wanted to do that. But I would say probably would not work very well
Okay.
based off of
because
your
I-
understanding.
Because I was going to say, I have some ideas for things I could do that would be real dramatic. And I mean real dramatic. But,
Up to you.
okay, actually, let me ask her, is her mom still here?
Yes, Carla is in the kitchen. Sorry, Carla
Okay.
is in the kitchen.
I have a hypothesis, but first, I should go and have a word with Carla. I'll be back in a couple of moments. And I step out of the room quietly, which I think I like You haven't seen like that stealth modifier. I'm good.
Yeah,
so I'm
Valenia
gonna go
is
step out.
eyeing you because she's, even though the door's open, she's just, and she trusts all of you. She heard the conversation that you're here under with Tyneal, essentially. She's very much one in the autopilot mode, but also is very much like, you do see the glint of a dagger at the ready. She will cut somebody if there is like any
this is her patient.
Yeah.
She ain't try fucking with it.
She is a patient, but also seems to be there as like some kind of bodyguard assistance to help out with both Carla and Ari as well.
You said the room is dimly lit.
Yes.
Can I see Ari's shadow?
You cannot.
So she does not have
She
one.
does not have a shadow. It is, you can see there's like a small candle on the bedside, which would normally give that light to the wall, and then you can see there's no shadow attached. Just shows an empty bed.
So when I go talk to Carla,
Yes.
pardon, if you wouldn't mind, as an ace, Ari does have celestial lineage, yes?
Valenia is the ASMR.
Oh,
I'm a tiefling.
is Ari also a tiefling?
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know where your lineage goes on the infernal side?
Not really, no. My mother's a tiefling, my grandmother was a tiefling, my great-grandmother was a tiefling, so honestly, with Ari, we weren't sure if she was going to be human or tiefling, and so, no, I'm not quite sure.
We are considering a number of options, but it seems that I've ascertained enough about her condition to find out that there may be means to either to slow the process currently and possibly reverse it. I would like to talk to my associates first about where we could collect the materials and then proceed from there. As you might imagine, we have several questions to ask, but I think first and foremost would be making sure that your daughter is here and safe to ask those questions.
Sure.
Now, if you do happen to have a genealogy record of some kind and you can find that information, that would be most helpful.
I'll talk to Savinia. Our family's been working for them since before I was born, so Lady Savinia may have a record.
Right. In that case, thank you so very much. Now, that being said, I suppose my next stop is to have a word with Valenia. I have some news I think she would be very happy to hear. And I turn and walk to Valenia.
Okay. And you see she's, at this moment, kind of stirring the pot, again, throwing some more medicinal herbs in as she's getting ready to put another treatment into action as well.
Let me see if I have that spell, actually. Oh, dag nabbit, I don't. That's fine.
Not the dang nabbit.
What spell are you looking for?
Just message. So I could just be like, hey, Valenia, I'm walking up towards you because if you try to swing at me, we're going to fight. So let's not do that. I walk up on Valenia. Excuse me.
Yes.
Among your medicinal herbs here, do you happen to have bone weaver thread?
No, but I might know where you might be able to find some.
Fantastic. I've been able to ascertain from an examination of Aries' current condition that and a couple of other things will either be another of medicinal herbs, many of which you seem to have present here, would be supremely helpful in being able to either slow down or possibly reverse the condition. I do not know if you are familiar, but it seems that whatever condition she has, actually, a brief moment. I have a more efficient way to communicate this. One moment.
What are you doing? She kind of just looks at you like, what the fuck are you about to do? My guy.
Right. In order to facilitate our communication and not disturb anyone in the room with noises, I am going to attempt to communicate using telepathy.
Okay.
One moment. And just
she looks
party,
at Deodora through the door, like very slowly moving her head, like, what the fuck?
It's party line telepathy at this point.
Deodora kind of gives that look like, just go with it. Just go with it.
Okay.
Like,
it's just basically party line telepathy. Everybody's in the
we're all on the call.
Basically
We're about to
speaking-
prank call somebody else.
it's a group call, but because I know that she's already in the middle of a thing,
Yes.
in order to not disturb her being on autopilot, there's no imagery. It's just the sound of my voice.
Sure.
Among the burns, it seems that Eric is being impacted by the effect of the feedback of a very powerful mind, the result of which is a curse. This particular one is one that I have not seen in some time. However, what it does is it will eat at the essence of a person. And when I do say the essence of a person, I do mean that it will eventually, if unchecked, consume them, body and soul.
Yes, I know this.
However, there is a means to slow down and/or reverse this condition that uses a number of medicinal herbs, a bit of spirit energy, and the thread of a bone weaver.
Okay.
The more of that we can gather, the better.
And you.
Now, as I understand, Millennium, you happen to know where we can gather some. And as I understand it, they tend to gravitate toward graveyards. Oh, we're going to have to go and do that one.
Probably the catacombs, I would say.
Right. Well, our other questions can wait. I believe preserving area alive would be the most important thing before our investigation can take place. Because unfortunately, we will have to ask her to remember several things, and some of them she may find disturbing.
She kind of eyes you as, again, these thoughts are kind of going, and then busies herself with the work. But you hear her voice kind of answering again telepathically to everybody. Good luck trying to get anything out of her. She's either screaming or repeating the same nonsense that her mother told you.
Oh, well, that part, I think we may be able to tend to. My question to you, Validity, is, she has been here for 4 days. How long has it taken for her condition to advance to the state it is currently?
It's been this way since she got back.
Has it gotten better or worse?
I've been able, with these treatments, to maintain, but it is spreading slowly. I fear for her soul.
Theodora, if I remember correctly, I think we have some bone weaver thread, correct?
We have a little. It wouldn't be enough to reverse anything, but it might help delay it further, along with the poultices.
And I would say, let us offer Helinia what we do have, and go acquire some addition.
We were going to go to the catacombs anyway, right?
I suppose that's true. Although, before we go, do we have any things that we feel like would be immediately important to ask Eric?
Well, I wanted to speak with her shadow, but she doesn't have one.
Well, then it might be a time for us to have a word with her soul. if I remember correctly, some people in these various conditions are still able to be reached, although they're a little bit more recessed into themselves. So it'll take a more concerted effort to reach them. I believe if my understanding of the archives in here is correct, that was a similar situation to your friend Sam and Greenwich. And some
Jeremy.
random crab person whose name I
Jeremy.
don't know.
I think like Theodora says.
I know what that person is,
No.
but I don't know who that is.
Theodora says, Jeremy. His name is. Catches us up. His name was Jeremy.
Perhaps there is a way to reach her, to see her in her current state, and perhaps if she is in this state, there is a part of her that wishes to fight back against it.
DM, I have a question.
Sure.
You said that her shadow was not attached to her.
Correct.
Is it anywhere in the room?
Very much like Peter Pan, if you've ever seen or read the book.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah, completely gone. Not lurking.
Not lurking.
Looks like it has almost been erased.
Or stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly the effects of the curse may have eaten her shadow. And hopefully that would be the best of all possible outcomes.
Maybe.
But, well, let's see. Millennium,
Yes.
I am going to make an initial attempt to reach here.
Can you up your microphone a little bit, Sin? You're a little quiet.
Oh, I'm also
Rory's
just
gonna
speaking
make it-
quietly for fairness.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Rory is going to make an attempt to reach out to Ari via telepathy.
Okay, thank you. I was reading the captions and I couldn't hear
I
it.
heard you. I heard you, my guy. I got you.
We're going to make an attempt to do this. Theodora, if you wouldn't mind, would you be willing to assist me with your knowledge of the shift weave?
Yeah, this actually works out perfectly because I was going to see if like maybe I can use my shift weave to see if there's even like any like small traces of her shadow anywhere.
Sure.
Like any remnants of it, or like if not, then like any shift weave of shadows within the room that I like could maybe like offer any insight.
So, what I would like to do, DM, is I would like for us to try for the very first time, I think, in the whole game, see if we can bind the energy of the shift weave and the and spirit energy to make an arrow.
Astani, did you want to also join in on this? / what are you doing in this time?
It's a great question. I think if the information was shared about the almost disintegration of their soul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, you heard the whole thing.
You heard all of that.
Yeah.
They're coming from it less of a scientific and more of a this is unheard of. So with their connection, they are muttering in to their like the voices beyond the veil to help with this. They're just filling in those lost stitches. If you're thinking of the knitted like fabric, that's what they're looking at. Whatever Theodora is putting in, and Rory is starting with, they're going to just fill in the gaps. Like if it's a seance table with more spirits around the table.
Sure. Okay.
So I would say you would see. Hold on for a moment.
You're
Okay, yeah, that's on the normal one. So you would see Rory kind of draw from themselves this one is an indigo arrow, right?
Mhm.
The color of Rory's soul. And then as Theodora kind of helps them with their knowledge of the shift weave, you start to see bits of the shadows that are in this room being pulled toward the arrow and wrapping themselves around it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you see like as you're like conjuring the indigo arrow, I think Deodora kind of like just plucks at some of the shadow like on the wall and like just draws it out like a string, or like a thread, and like starts kind of like wrapping it around that arrow.
Okay.
Okay. I think this is the thing where you asked me how many points I'm putting in here.
Yep.
So I guess this is where we're going to start. Thankfully, I've been doing resting and taking care of my self-care here. We're gonna start with 20 whole points.
Okay.
Spirit energy. We're gonna put into this arrow.
Okay. What I want you to do is you're gonna roll like a basic attack roll.
Okay.
You want to hit an 18 or higher.
Okay. Here we go.
Sparky's gonna give the help action.
Okay.
The way that I'm about to be out here using every single one of these hero points.
Yep.
Okay, you said I want to. Thank you, Sparky, for the help.
Yes,
you said
you can.
I want to roll an attack like a range attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is a 26.
26. What does it look like as you shoot this arrow?
Like after the arrow kind of gathers stuff, I make a motion like I'm about to actually fire an arrow, and a giant indigo bow also appears.
Mm-hmm.
Take like a breath, steady myself, and then I fire the arrow.
Okay. And do you still have the group telepathy up as well?
Straight to the heart.
Gotcha. Do you still have the group telepathy up between the three of you?
Out of respect for Valenia, I'm going to attempt to make contact with Ares' spirit. I am uncertain of what will happen when I do. I can make you aware, or I can tell you after we're done what happens.
You get a sense, not of indifference, but more of a she's not sure how to respond. Whatever works best for you.
Okay. In that case, you'll want to keep something on your person. Maybe something sharp or prickly, perhaps, that will give you enough of a sensation to break the connection if this becomes overwhelming.
I've seen a lot of things. I'll be fine.
Let us hope they have prepared you for this. And then and then Rory fires the arrow and keeps everybody connected so that they're all apprised of what happens.
Okay. The arrow connects, and a couple things happen all at the same time. Theodora, you feel both your mind expanding with this arrow, but also your mind almost fighting it. And you realize it's the armor.
Like fighting me doing this, or fighting like the spirit?
Fighting you fully connecting with it. You still do, but there's a moment, there's a hesitation before your mind fully goes with the arrow.
Does it feel like it's like trying to protect me, or?
Why don't you roll a perception check or insight?
Oh boy. Okay.
Not your arm. not your armor being out here like, okay, first of all, who all gonna be like before you start jumping into this whole thing, who all gonna be there?
Yeah. Oh no, but for real though. And honestly, my armor is real for that. That's going to be 18.
18.
My modifier is the same for both, so it doesn't. Really...
Gotcha. Not necessarily protecting you, just isn't quite caught on with your movements yet, as you're still getting acclimated with each other, so to speak. And for can you roll a D100 for me, actually?
Sure. 43.
43. You are in this room. You know you're in this room, but all of a sudden your vision starts to bleed from the sides. It is both your mind going into the arrow and trying to connect with Blackstone and what's going on with Aerie, but it is also your armor seeking to grab your attention, so you feel it splitting. It is causing a bit of a headache as this happens, kind of wincing away as your mind is trying to process all of this. And for a moment you see flashes upon flashes of Shiftweavian warriors that have fallen through the ages of time. Each one, as they fall, you feel their final breath as they die, and it feels like a blow to you directly. Four, five, six, seven, all happening in same action across multiple times. Over the last 100 years, different battles, whether going down from a sword to poison to any number of other ways.
Besides death, besides these warriors falling, is there a common theme amongst it? Like, is it them being reckless? Is it them not paying attention to the surroundings? Like, is there anything?
Barbed wire tattoos are the hands you see, being the death claimer for these warriors.
And I can only see the hands?
Mm-hmm. Shadow covers the rest, but not like shadow or shift weave. More so just
like
time kind of
absence.
Faded away. Yes.
Okay.
Similar tattooing and marking to what Aerie is having on their body.
Right. I think as this happens, and my vision is split, instead of following the arrow, like in like the present, present, I want to try to follow the thread that's leading me to the past, if I can go any further.
Yeah. Can you roll a D20? And this is going to be a wisdom save, but you can add your shift weave, because you're going back, you're still fighting the armor, but also acclimatizing to it. Mm-hmm. This is to prevent you from being completely consumed by it.
Okay, so you said add my shift weave bonus?
Correct, which should be a +4.
Yeah. I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
That's better. 21.
21. Okay. You feel in control.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You said it was a wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save.
It's 24. I forgot to add my wisdom modifier.
Okay, because 21 you barely got it. With the 24 you still feel a bit unsteady. It's kind of like if you've ever, driven or rode a bike before, where you're just starting to get your wheels properly under your control, a little bit wobbly. So for the moment, there's a balance. Again, the word from your vision from a few days ago pops into your head, a balance. And you're able to travel. Is there something specific you would like to see?
You said it's like the face has been faded away by time, basically.
Time and flame.
Time and flame. I guess I want to go back to try to go back to the most recent.
Okay.
Like, encounter, like, of the armor had with it. And then I also want to try to go back to the very first one.
Okay. We will get to yours in a moment. Astani, as you also continue with this journey, the vision of the veil, that thread that sits within the veil temple, strong. In your mind, for a second, you see it splinter. And then you realize it's not the veil's thread. No, it's your thread. As for this moment, it's splintering off, trying to outreach into something that is essentially a black hole of a soul that is slowly siphoning off. Can you please make a spirit savings throw? As you are also seeking to find balance and to make sure that you are not also consumed. You are muted, lady.
You're muted on your mic.
That is a 12 plus 4 for a 16.
Okay. You do have inspiration if you wanted to add any, but that is up to you.
Add spirit points.
That is a D12.
D12. You get a D12 for inspiration. You get a new one each session.
That is plus 2.
Okay. You feel yourself. You're Astani. Astani of the Veil. You're with Rory. You're with Theodora. You're Astani. You're with the Veil. What was your name? You feel yourself being pulled. Unsure. Doubt. Everything seems murky. And then it just hits you like a brick wall. Pain goes shooting through your arms. Oh, God. Your camera turning off right when that happened.
Why?
Honestly
That
and
one-
truly
that
lost in
one
the darkness.
Really well
That
timed.
one Mott's did intentionally,
Yep.
I feel. You're like, you know what? Boop. Can't get me if I'm not here, bitch.
Not here, man. Goes shooting up your arms. It feels like your arms are on fire, like they have been broken and remade just to be broken just again. And you just feel every bit of yourself pouring out deeper and heavier than a stab wound to the gut. You feel yourself pouring out. But still, not only the loss of self as spirit is now being siphoned, and Dory Blackstone, you will have clocked this, is happening. Loss of spirit, but loss of self, as you do not remember your name. You do not remember why you were here. In fact, none of that matters right now as you are overtaken by the pain.
We're all connected. I know I'm in like this little past thing, but do I also like in the back of my mind feel this happening to
You
Astani?
sense something is wrong.
Okay.
But I will say, because you're focused now on trying to jump into two different points that your mind is otherwise occupied. Yeah.
Right. I guess like my thought process was, if you would allow this, like I can't help because I'm
Sure.
my brain is time traveling, but could I have like, is there anything that Sparky could do to help, like, kind of like, settle Astani in any way?
We'll say that Sparky has come up behind Astani and to the side, because Astani, in the real world outside of this vision, your whole body has gone rigid. Almost like you're being pulled up. And Valenia can see this because she's kind of in and out, but it looks like a... What is the color of your soul, Astani?
Oh, we said this before. You stay on camera. It was like, I'm going to say like a night sky blue purple aura.
You see, from Valenia's perspective as the camera is looking out, also hello Raiders, spiraling out are bits of Astani's soul. Can you please take 12 points of spirit damage?
Ooh.
As you feel yourself mixing, melding, fusing with something else entirely. Both familiar but not at the same time. And whether that's familiar to you as Astani or familiar as you as Aerie, that road is unclear at this moment. Blackstone. Can you also please roll a spirit saves throw, please? You will have sensed what has gone on with Astani.
Okay, so based on what I just saw appear on my dice, can I use some of that energy to pull Astani along? I got a nat 20.
Nice. You smooth sailing.
Okay, Biss. Okay, Biss. Oh no.
Oh, Mats. And yes, fair, you
would-
can. Yes, it's much going back to your sailor roots, and it's almost like riding a bike. You've done this before, Rory. Granted, it was Blackstone that did it. But another ulterior purpose to Blackstone is the mending and the viewing of a person's soul. You have no trouble connecting. But in that moment, it's almost like status screens pop up and you see Aerie's kind of status, which is looking pretty poor. And you quickly see it flicker for Ostani, going from like perfection or something high to critical.
Oh no. Okay. Can I do, since I'm having an easy time of navigating this, like, can I see Asani from where I'm at? Is she like flying along and just being like hitting rocks? Is she like no longer in my field of view? What's happening here?
She is in this moment almost walking forward trance-like. And you know this isn't completely her, and as she's walking, you can see bits of her almost like an eraser going across a page, just starting to wipe away and instead spiraling into the tattoos that are interwoven with Aerie. Aerie, throughout this entire process, you all hear this, no matter where you are, is screaming a blood-curdling scream. I won't actually do it because I don't want to get anyone's ears all buggy, but it is high-pitched, it is raw. You can hear it's very heavily leaning on her vocal cords, possibly tearing or hurting several of them as she is screaming. And that is where we will end our session for today. I know we went long. I wanted to keep going, but I'm like, we're getting really late. So
you should say before someone dies. I'm like, well, you know something not about you.
I want to keep going, believe me. Mats, are you okay?
I just wanted this to work so I can talk just once. I'm so annoyed. Why, camera? Why? This is so good.
Next time. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I am going to go ahead and do outros. So we will jump over to Mott's. If you would like to say who you are, who you've been, where we can find and support all the wonderful things you are doing.
Hello, I'm Mott's. You can find me everywhere at It's Mozzarella or here on Twitch with 3 L's. I do a lot of things, streaming, gaming, YouTube, and lots of TTRPG stuff over at Star Pro RPG. Tomorrow I will be doing our Q&A for Forgotten Adventures. And then Monday for Feywild and Out, Mass Effect, which we'll be returning to. So hopefully, this camera, you see me, camera? I'm looking right at you. I'm not even looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at you, camera. You'll be working, right? You'll be on shift. Yeah, good. Okay. Thank you. Fair. We'll let you know. Thank you. Exactly. Just anyway, thank you all for dealing with thank you for your patience in that. And I was playing Ostani, or Centaur Cleric, when this camera was working.
Thank you so much, Mott's. We'll jump over to Sin.
Hi, I have been your resident soul blacksmith, Rory. Vegan variety, hoping that at some point we will figure out how to use that nat 20 to get Asani out of trouble, because we can't have her disappearing to tattoo. She just got here. Just got here. The camera tried to take her. The tattoos tried to take her. Please. So Kali hasn't even properly had breakfast yet.
Nope. Incredible. And we'll jump over to Fair.
Hi, I'm Farron. I've been Deodora. You're Battle Master Fighter / kind of investigator. You can follow me on socials at Fairbear, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and here on Twitch. I do stream. You can also follow my YouTube at Fairbear Games, where you can see my past VODs. And you can also find me over on Dimples and Dice channel Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern for Philly by Night, The Monster Within, which is a Vampire the Masquerade campaign. We are about to wrap up our first ever season, but we will be back in January.
Woohoo! And hello, everyone. First, I want to say a very special thank you to everyone who stuck around. Thank you so much for the raids and the follows. And thank you to our wonderful mod team, keeping us all safe and letting us know when tech issues happen. Thank you to my incredible cast. I have been your storyteller. This is my channel, so I'll be back here live on Monday with something. I don't know yet. I'm figuring it out. And we will be back next week minus some mods, because mods will be at PAX. So we will catch up with them properly.
Boo!
I know.
Boo! Call in from your hotel. Boo!
I was trying to, and they said no.
I said don't put that on you.
Hey, Mott's, why are you listening to this white woman?
I mean, if you want to, sure. But you were like, I think I'm gonna be out, and I said okay. So
yeah, it might be.
Don't put it all on me. Damn. Anyways, thank you so much. Please go follow our YouTube. That is where all of our episodes will be. We're also streaming there. We are going to head out, y'all. We're going to do a vibe reset, and we're going to head over to go see some cute little otters. Because listen, it sounds great. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next time from Beyond the Veil. Bye, everybody!